Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into the life of someone truly remarkable, Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, the 11th president of India.
Yeah, and our sources label him a technocrat statesman.
It's a perfect term, isn't it? He just completely bridged that gap between the laboratory and the state house.
Exactly. And that's our mission today, really, to unpack his incredible journey. We're not just looking at his politics, but his foundational work in aerospace, in nuclear strategy.
And his focus on social development.
Right. The whole story is about how the son of a boatman from Ramswaram becomes the country's first citizen.
And that beginning is so important. He grew up in this really diverse, syncretic world, but his family fell on hard times.
So he had to distribute newspapers as a boy.
Which was more than just a job. The sources say it was his first real interaction with the flow of information. He started in physics, but then made this crucial pivot.
To aerospace engineering.
Yes, because he wanted to build things. He had this dream of flight, of making something that, actually worked in the real world.
And that one decision, that pivot, you could argue it reshaped India's future. It led directly to the SLV-3, the satellite launch vehicle.
Ah, the beginning of self-reliance in space.
Exactly, at Mishra. The idea that India wouldn't have to depend on anyone else to get into orbit?
But that program had a bit of a rocky start, didn't it?
Oh, a total disaster. The first launch in '79 just plummets right into the Bay of Bengal.
And Kalam was in charge. That must have been a crushing blow.
It should have been. But his boss, Professor Satish Dhawan, did something incredible. He stepped in front of Kalam.
He took the blame publicly.
He took all of it, stood before the press, and shielded the whole team. Then, a year later, the 1980 launch is a massive success.
And Dhawan gives all the credit to Kalam.
Every bit of it. That Dhawan model, absorb the failure, distribute the success, became Kalam's own leadership cornerstone.
And he took that model back to the DRDO, the Defense Research and Development Organization.
Right, to create the IGMDP, the big missile program, the 5 pillars like Prithvi and Agni. Building that strategic autonomy was everything.
But here's the part that I find so fascinating. For him, missile technology wasn't just about defense.
No, not at all. He was adamant that it had to. Well, it had to spin off into civilian use to help ordinary people.
Which brings us to his healthcare work. The most surprising part of his legacy, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
His collaboration with Dr. Kalam-Raju was extraordinary. First, they developed the Kalam-Raju stent.
The heart stent.
Yeah, and they made it using biomedical-grade steel that was first meant for missiles.
And the impact on cost was just huge.
Unbelievable. The price for an imported stent was around 80,000 rupees. Theirs cost 10,000. It forced the entire market to change.
And then there were the calipers for polio survivors.
Using carbon composites from the Agni missile's heat shield, of all things, they took a 4-kilogram weight that was agonizing to wear.
And got it down to just 400 grams.
It just shows you his core belief. The nation's most advanced tech has to solve its most human problems.
So then he moves from science into, well, the highest office in the land, the presidency.
As a consensus candidate, which was rare. And he completely changed the role, didn't he? He became the people's president, met with 500,000 students.
But it wasn't just about inspiration. He faced some serious constitutional tests.
The Office of Profit Bill in 2006, a huge political minefield.
He used a suspensive veto, sending it back to Parliament.
Right. Under Article 111, he argued that the rules needed to be fair and reasonable, not just politically convenient. He later said signing the repassed bill was the toughest decision he ever made.
And on the policy side, he pushed his PURA framework.
Providing urban amenities to rural areas, 4 types of connectivity to try and slow down that massive migration to the cities.
So when you look back, his scientific legacy it's just crystal clear. He took India from being a buyer of technology to a creator of it.
And his human legacy was planting ambition in an entire generation. I mean, here's a man who was a strict vegetarian, a devout Muslim who read the Bhagavad Gita and played the Rudravina.
His last moments were spent giving a lecture
On creating a livable planet Earth, a fitting end.
An unparalleled life, truly.
So it leaves you with a thought, really.
Yeah.
If Kalam could redirect missile technology, the ultimate expression of destructive power, into life-saving medical devices, where could you apply your most advanced skill to solve your most immediate, everyday problem? That's the real legacy of the technocrat statesman.